That's right, and your dad may have took the safety pin out of his top lip,
Yeah.
but punk rock and all that it stands for is still well and truly alive.
Poor quality, worthless, weak in spirits or health, all original definitions of punk! Until 1976, when the word punk first became associated with music with the launch of the famous American fanzine, Punk magazine. Until then, 1970s music had been dominated by disco music and arena rock. But that all changed when ex-New York Dolls manager Malcolm McLaren unleashed the most notorious and infamous band of the decade onto the unsuspecting British public, the Sex Pistols.
I am an antichrist. I am an anarchist.
The Pistols spat in the face of mainstream music with their loud, raw, anarchic ideas and outrageous fashion. While the Pistols were nihilistic, the Clash stepped up as righteous idealists charged with left-wing political views. Although never achieving the same success or notoriety as the Pistols and the Clash, it was the Ramones who were often hailed as the first punk band. I reckon that's just about enough of me banging on about 70s punk. I wasn't even born for another 10 years. Since then, punk appeal has been exploited by the very companies they rebelled against. Despite this commercialisation, true punk still lives on in the backstreet pubs and clubs deep in the hearts of many cities, like Birmingham. No, not here. Here, in Digbeth.
Right, we're Radiation Angels from Wolverhampton. We're a punk and hardcore band formed in 2002.
What does it mean to be a punk today?
Not a fat lot to me, to be fair, because I'm not punk in the slightest. Nowadays, you put any word after punk and have a genre, you get like punk metal, punk screamo.
Yeah, like rubbish like electro-punk and stuff, mostly. Is that Nintendo cool? Is that
Nintendo.
Nintendo cool? With the fucking hell is Nintendo cool?
A band like us will never ever appeal to the mainstream.
My name's Andy, this is Ben, this is Joe, and we are 3/4 Empty Corner Boys.
Do what you gotta to be a man. Bring opportunities, take what you can. Obey the system, do what they say. You get more money, the rest of it.
We're a pretty political band. It's a big thing for all of us to support environmental causes, challenge the war and animal rights.
With the political situation, punk rock's probably more important than ever, especially united against fascism. First and foremost, music's got to be fun as well, otherwise people ain't going to be into it. You've just got to keep a balance. Preaching's one thing, but you've also got to entertain people. It's great dance music at the end of the day. It's great music to enjoy yourself to.
Why did punk music come about in the 70s?
I think punk was waiting to happen for a long time, really, yeah. There was an undercurrent to punk. There was sort of Iggy and the Stooges, Lou Reed. People like that were sort of making the statements before sort of punk rock actually broke.
Music was beginning to kind of disappear up its own, you know, and some bands just thought, like, forget that, let's just start doing straight up rock and roll again and having a good time.
The idea that anybody could do it is very important in punk, and we're classic examples.
Kind of hard to get your point across because so many people do it.
What's so good about the Birmingham punk scene?
Variety.
There's a lot of great ska bands, there's a lot of great pop punk bands.
We always have great gigs when we go to really small, like satellite towns of Birmingham.
We go and play there, they come and play here, and at the same time there's underground punk scenes in every town and city in the country. I think it's that makes it special.
You never stop meeting people.
That is the best thing.
Punk scene is better than most things because it's more like a family. It's a special collective. There's us and a few of other bands local to Wolverhampton. And we all stick together. We have people like promoters and people who'll record you for free.
The reason why the punk scene at the moment is so alive is the fact that people are doing it for themselves. You know, there's young lads in the Black Country who've got their own record label called WPC Records. I don't think one of them's over 25 years old.
First CD we recorded sounded shit and we spent like a lot of money recording it. And then the next one we made sounded just as good and it was done by our mate from the Nihilist.
You don't need a record company these days. Do it yourselves.
Come on! Cheers, babe.
Earlier on I caught up with Paul, the organiser of this gig, and his local long-standing punk band, Contempt.
The Market Tavern's a great place to put gigs on. Put quite a few on here myself. There's Scruffy Murphy's, the skate park. This is in Wolverhampton. There's always somewhere we can play. We have this thing in Birmingham that Deck from the Drongos puts on. It's called Punkapalooza.
We do all the promotion for them, get the audience in, get the PA.
The first time I went to that, the singer from one of the bands was 15.
Well, you can't possibly be a better band than anyone else. It's not like a fight or football. You're just a different band, and we've got trying to emphasise that.
We're Noctophile. We're from Amsterdam. We are touring in the UK, and this is our first gig in Birmingham.
Do you think bands like Green Day and Offspring and more commercial bands have still got a place?
A little kid will go out, see on the TV a band like Green Day, but he might hear about bands that Green Day have been influenced by, and he might go back to listen to them. It keeps the cycle going.
I'd rather listen to Green Day than Robbie Williams.
I thought Robbie Williams was in Green Day.
Got people from the Drongos and Contempt who, you know, in their 40s and stuff. And we're friends with like 16, 17, 18-year-old punks.
The age doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, I'm here sitting with Sam. She's in a punk band in Birmingham. What are they called?
Called Cupid Stunt. We're kind of like punk, ska, reggae, anything goes. I like to think that like punk seems really welcoming, as long as you're not like a bigot, racist. You don't have to have a marry or nothing, like you just like gotta have a good attitude. Thanks for talking.
How many piercings have you got? Have you beaten me?
Do you know, I ain't got a clue. Welcome to Canada, man. I think it's gone about 30 or
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tongue? 21, 30, 32 piercings.
That's only above.
That's 10 more than me. Get out. One of the main things that's come out for me is basically just how friendly everyone is, and there's just such a community. Everyone's helping out each other. There's no competition. There's young and old people working together. There's so much energy and passion, and the best thing about it is it's happening all over the UK, so check it out.